Hey guys, welcome to another Tuesday live stream. Today's topic is interdimensional contact. So this is the second session in my series of Hey, just be you, intentions defying beliefs. Oliver, is that you? I think. So, yeah, today's live stream is the second session in the series of First Contact, the Contact Ambassadors sessions, this new direction I'm moving in. Well, I guess not that new really, but hey Darnell, good to see you here again. So, just while we wait for a few more people to log in, maybe I should wait a minute. No, let's go ahead. Feels weird at the start of the sessions, like talking while everyone's not logged in. I don't know, it feels strange for some reason. So, you may have seen me talk about this book before. So I recommended it a few live streams ago when I was feeling that I was going to be moving in this direction. It is Preparing for Contact, a Metamorphosis of Consciousness by Lisa Royal and Keith Priest. So Lisa Royal is a fairly well-known channel. I believe she channels an entity known as Sasha from the Pleiades, I think, amongst others. So if you're really interested in getting into this Contact Ambassador program that I'm putting together, I'm recommending this book as background reading. So I highly recommend you get this book. I'm probably going to be quoting from this book quite a bit, maybe now and again, but it's a great background. Lisa Royal, yes, I remember her from over 20 years ago on the Spirit Web. Wow, that's well before I got into this stuff. I was still watching football and drinking beer 20 years ago. I've only been into this for 10 years, 11 years. So, yeah, so I highly recommend this book. It's going to be very relevant to this course that I'm putting together. So there was a section I wanted to quote from, but I haven't had time to... I'm just going to look quickly, see if I can find what I'm looking for. So what we're going to be doing today is interdimensional contacts, which we are going to access other dimensions of consciousness through meditation, through the third eye. So I'm going to be doing a kind of third eye activation meditation to enable us to tap into other dimensions of consciousness and connect with ETs and their craft interdimensionally through meditation. So this is a big part of contact. For, as Lisa talks about in the book, the ETs operate on a different level of consciousness to us. They are in another dimension, and their reality is more akin to what we would call the alpha and theta states of consciousness. When we're in there are, I hope I get this right, but it's something like this. There are 4 or possibly 5 states of consciousness that mainstream science, medical science, has identified as brain waves, brain patterns within the mind that relate to different states of consciousness within the human. There is the beta state, which is, I believe, the normal waking state. This is the state most of us are in now, presuming you haven't been meditating or channeling or in an altered state prior to logging in here. So the beta state is the natural state of consciousness. There is the alpha state, which is the meditative state, the state that most people go into after meditating for 20, 30, 40 minutes. There is the theta state, which can be attained through deep meditation. there is I can't remember the name. There's the gamma state, which is associated with heightened states of consciousness, being in the flow state. And Bashar talks about this a lot. There's if you're interested in learning more about the gamma state, I recommend you check out bashar.org, and look up his videos on going gamma. And there's also the deep sleep state, which is another state. Maybe someone can help me out. I can't remember what it is, but it's one of those. And delta state. Yeah, thank you, Awakening Humans. Yeah, so the delta state is the deep sleep state. And this all relates to wave oscillations, like frequency of brain cycles, something like that in the brain. And so the cycles that are important to us at the minute are mainly the alpha state. I'm going to in a bit, I'm going to try and guide us all into the alpha state. And from here, we can begin to tap into other dimensions of consciousness. And ideally, the theta state, if we get really good at meditating and we can really drop deeply into deep consciousness, we can access the theta state, which is a real deep interdimensional state of consciousness where we can really have some powerful extraterrestrial communications. So I'll see if I can find a section in Lisa's book where she talks about this, because she's seems to be somewhat of an expert on this. So I don't know if I'm going to find it. I didn't have time to have a look through first. Yeah, I found it. Awesome. It's meant to be. So let's have a quick look through the questions. So, hey, Happy Hippie. Hey, Tinfoil. Hey, Victor. Hey, Mashari. Hey, Awakening. Thanks for the info. Hey, Elodium. So, do you ever get creeped out suddenly seeing as through the third eye? I know it can be daunting. Maybe a little bit. I was trying to sleep last night, and all of a sudden I started getting visions of I can't remember what, some interdimensional visions before I was going to sleep, and it can be a little bit awful sometimes, but it's never really creeped me out. It's just different people have different fears. That there doesn't seem to be, well, I'm sure there's some underlying reason why different people have different fears, but for me, like channeling and seeing things in other dimensions has never really been a fear for me. It's all, to me, it's almost like it's not part of the physical reality, so I can never be harmed by an image in my head, no more than something on a TV screen. So it's never really created fear in me, like channeling and interdimensional contact. I do still have fear around physical contact, most definitely. It can be very scary when you're out in the middle of nowhere and all of a sudden a UFO appears in the sky and you realize that it's really happening. Like a lot of subconscious fears, your fight or flight modes can come into action. That's why we have you channelers, because most of us can't concentrate or, hear subtle messages. I think it's actually easier than you think. It's almost like when you talk to people about meditation, they say, "Oh, I can't meditate. I can't quiet my mind at all. I can't stop thinking for more at all." And very, very few people can stop thinking completely. It does happen the more we go down this path, but really, it's to be able to stop thinking at will is extremely rare, and that's not really what meditation's about at all. And it's the same with channeling. You don't really need to be able to completely focus and go into another dimension. It's there are easier ways to access this. Meditating is something I have never found real easy to do, but I can sit in one place easily enough for a long time. Well, then you can meditate. If you can sit in one place, you're meditating. Yeah, and it certainly gets easier with time and with practice. And I still find meditation very difficult. As soon as I sit down to meditate, my mind starts getting agitated and like wants to check the house is clean and all the objects are in the right place. And like it can be a bit crazy, but you just have to sort of ignore it and keep observe it and let it move through you. But we'll do a guided meditation in a bit. Hi, Lady Laser. Okay, so to get quickly to this, see, I haven't read this for a while, but yeah, this. Okay, I'll just quickly say the beta state is the brainwave state that is dominant when you are awake. The alpha state is the brainwave state that you fall into when you are daydreaming, meditating, fantasizing, and sometimes watching even TV. The delta state is the sleep state. The theta state is the doorway or the bridge between alpha and delta. When brainwaves shift, for instance, from beta to alpha, the brain literally begins emitting a whole new frequency. This frequency determines the type of reality that the human will experience. Because of the differences in these frequencies and the way the brain shifts between them, boundaries can be maintained around the compartments of your consciousness. From our point of view, this is Sasha, I believe she's a Pleiadian speaking through Lisa. From our point of view, humans generate the most brainwave activity in the theta state of consciousness. Therefore, theta is most dominant. From the human point of view, you are only awake and functioning and connected with your ego in the beta state. So to you, beta is the dominant state. However, the beta reality represents a very small fraction of your brain's total capacity to generate and perceive other realities. Therefore, because the illusion exists for humans that the beta waking state is the most dominant, you will assume that all of your significant or valid interactions with other beings, physical or non-physical, must occur during the beta waking state. From our point of view, this is really an absurd belief, because the beta generated reality represents only a very small percentage of your entire capacity. So that's really fascinating. I'm glad I found that, because that's jogged some memories in me. So what she's talking about here is how the beta state, our normal waking state, is what's, because we're generally identified with the beta state all the time, we rarely go into the alpha state and very rarely go into the theta state. We assume that this waking reality is what we call reality, more real than other dimensions of consciousness. But what Sasha is saying through Lisa is that the theta state is the more awake state, the more real state, because in the theta state, we can experience more dimensions of reality. So that's closer to the true nature of reality. But we perceive like these visions and these images in our mind as not real, because we spend like 99% of our waking reality identified with the beta state. We presume that's reality, and when we go into these other dimensions, we call that non-reality or daydream or fantasy. But in reality, what Sasha's saying is that it's the beta state, it's the waking state that is more delusional, more dream, more fantasy, whereas when we're in the theta state, we're more connected, we're more one with the totality of creation. But it's just because we only experience the theta state very small amounts that we assume that that's not real. So what I'm going to attempt to do in this session is take us on a guided meditation into the theta state. So this could be a big challenge. So it should be fairly easy to take us into somewhat of an alpha state, but I'm going to try and attempt to take us all into the theta state and connect with some multidimensional extraterrestrial consciousnesses. So if you're up for this, I invite you to join me in this guided meditation into another dimension, but really, as Sasha would say, the real dimension, a truer aspect of reality. So if you all prepare yourselves for a quick guided meditation, have a drink or nip to the toilet if you need to do so, or okay, so if we take a few moments to quiet our mind, to just let go of everything in the day thus far. And observe that when we let go of our thoughts, our worries about money or relationships or whatever's been going on in our day, what we've got to do today or tomorrow, or what we've done earlier, when we let go of this, something remains. There is a kind of space, a neutrality, a silence in a way, a stillness, an alert presence, an awareness. That is still here when we are not identified with our thoughts, when we let go of our normal daily chatter. We notice there's something that's still here. And we can ask ourselves questions about it. We can try to identify it. What is it? This space, this stillness. Does it have size? Does it have dimensions? Does it have a beginning? Did it start somewhere? Or has it been here all along? Even when our mind is chattering, worrying about our daily lives. Has this alert presence, this awareness, been here all along? What is it? Where did it come from? Does it have a name? Did it come from somewhere? Can it go anywhere? Or has it been here all along? And the more we focus our attention upon this stillness, this spaciousness that exists when we let go of all the activities in our mind and our world, and we rest our attention inwardly into this awareness, this presence, this cognizance, this alert, beingness, we come to see that this consciousness, this state of beingness, this indescribableness has been here all along. And we don't need to do anything to get to it. All we need to do is observe it, remember, identify with it, view it, drop into it. And if we just let this spaciousness absorb us as we drop into it, and allow our attention to remain with this spaciousness, we can begin to sense how this spaciousness somehow seems to have a connection to the center of our brain. In a way, this spaciousness almost seems to be emanating from the center of our brain. But it also seems to be going in to some void in the center of our brain. And this is the third eye. This is our gateway to interdimensional travel, to interdimensional beings, to extraterrestrial contact on their level, on their dimension of being. And so now, if we begin to focus our consciousness, our attention upon this area in the center of our brain, we can sort of sense into it. In a sense, it feels like it's sort of between our ears. perhaps slightly forward towards the brow. You can perhaps feel as if something is activating in this space. A sense of tension, a pulsing, a sensation in the center of our brain. And just allow our consciousness or awareness to rest in this space, in this interdimensional gateway in the center of our brain. And focus our attention on what is known as the pineal gland, a gland connected to these dimensions, perhaps the dimensional gateway itself. And sense that this gland is being activated the more we focus our consciousness on this center of our brain. An attempt to peer inwards, look inwards, inside, into the infinite void that exists within this gland. This gateway to interdimensional consciousness, interdimensional beings, extraterrestrial selves. And feel this gland activating, feel it pulsating, feel it excreting the substance known as dimethyltryptamine, DMT, the chemical, the gateway to another world. Feel it seeping out into the brain, out into the mind, activating the mind's eye, the true vision, the true sight, the true self, the true world. Reality as we now know it. And begin to see a spiral, a galaxy, swirling in this gateway, the center of our brain, spiraling round and round, swirling. And see a black hole at the center of this galaxy, in which visions begin to appear to us. We see rotating patterns, spirals, relaxing deeper and deeper into the trance state, into the alpha wave state, letting go of all that has been before today, and diving into this dream world, this dream dimension, this dream reality, this activation portal, the portal to the new you, the real you, the multidimensional you. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. We fall, we rest into this infinite void, this infinite dream. And from here, we call forth those interdimensional, extradimensional, extraterrestrial beings, extraterrestrial entities, those aspects of ourself, those soul counterparts, those beings we arranged prior to this incarnation to connect with as guides, as way showers, as shiners of the light into our world. And know that they are here in this dimension, deep within the dream, the trance, the true reality. Perhaps we begin to see an image, a face, some eyes looking at us deep within this portal, deep within this dimension, deep within this new reality we have unfolded. And keep the attention focused upon the center of the brain. Feel the DMT activating the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, working together in the center of our brain to release those chemicals, the serotonin, the dimethyltryptamine, the DMT molecules flooding into our brain, flooding into our mind. And feel the relaxation, feel the deepening, the deepening, the deepening of the trance state, the true state, the interdimensional gateway to our true multidimensional selves. And hold the focus here. Know that the activation is occurring, whether or not you have peered into the dimensions. Know it is occurring. And relax, relax, relax. For this activation, this initiation into the awakening of the pineal, awakening of the third eye is occurring as we speak. And the more you hold your consciousness here, the more you practice this meditation, the deeper you will go, the easier it will be, the faster the DMT will flow, and you will see, now or in good time, the worlds that are your birthright, the realms connected to yourself, the dimensions with messages, with ideas, with thought forms, from deep within your true self, deep within the galactic core, deep within the conscious mind of all that is. Keep the focus here. Keep the intent. Know it is working. Know it is working. Know it is working. Enter the dream. Enter the multidimensional self. Enter the interdimensional portal to the world that has before been cloaked to you, that is now opening up to you. It is showing you a new aspect of yourself, a new, truer version of yourself, a new multidimensional, interdimensional portal to a new unveiling, to a new world, to a new access point into the truth of creation. And we dive deeper, deeper, deeper into this self, into this dimension, into this dream realm. Keeping our focus upon this gland, the center of our brain, knowing the DMT is activating, the pineal gland is opening, the third eye is awakening. We are becoming one with our true multidimensional self. Keep the focus here. Feel the DMT activating, flooding into the brain. Feel like a dream. Be the dreamer. Dream the new earth into being. For this realm, this consciousness, this state of being is more akin to your true nature, more akin to your true self, more akin to your true interdimensional beingness, interdimensional awareness, multidimensional conscious self. This is you. So dive deep into the dream that will take you far, 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 far from what you have known, but more deeply, deeply into the truth of yourself, why you are here, who, what beings you have come to connect with, what interdimensional portals, gateways, doors into the unknown are relevant for you at this time. Know it is activating. Know it is awakening. Keep the consciousness here. Keep the focus here. Keep the focus here. The longer we reside with our consciousness focused upon the center of the brain, on the pineal gland, on the pituitary gland, on the interdimensional third eye gateway to other worlds, to inner worlds, to outer worlds, to other dimensions. The longer we rest here, the more the third eye activates, the more the pituitary gland secretes dimethyltryptamine into the brain. The more the gateways open, the more the doorways open, the more you begin to see that this world, this realm has been here all along. You have merely overlooked it. You have been too focused upon what you may call your physical reality. But rest here now. Rest here now. Allow the dream to unfold. Feel the pineal activating. Feel the DMT flooding the brain, flooding the molecules of self-realization, self-awareness, interdimensional connectedness into your reality. Feel your frequency shift. Feel the dream become alive. Feel the dream. Drop into the dream. Drop into the dimensional portal. Allow your frequency to shift. Allow those interdimensional extraterrestrial beings to interact with your world, interact with your reality. Welcome us into your dimension, Earth humans. Welcome us into your world. Welcome us into your realm. Hello, hello, hello. We are the portal. We are the gateway. We are interdimensional contact. We are on the bridge. We are on the edge of your world. We are merging dimensions, merging realities, merging worlds. We are the ship. We are the Yael ship. Welcome to our dimension. Welcome to our world, Earth humans. Welcome aboard the ship. Welcome, welcome the ship. Welcome conscious awareness of our world, our dimension. Welcome to the hyperspace continuum, Earth humans. You have stepped beyond the bounds of your world. You have stepped beyond the bounds of your reality into the true awake state, the true awake reality, the true awake dreamtime conscious perception. Welcome aboard the ship. Feel the activation, feel the resonance, feel the vibratory state. Keep your focus here. Stay with us. Feel the dimensions shift. Feel the realities merge. Feel the dream become alive. Deep, deep, deep within your mind. And this space, this conscious awareness, this activation of the mind's eye, this activation of the third eye chakra, the brow chakra, the pineal gland, allows the dimethyltryptamine, the DMT, to activate the bridge between worlds, allows your frequency to shift, to shift, to shift to a new reality. For this is what is occurring. You are not merely accessing another dimension through your visualization practices. What is occurring is your frequency is shifting. Your vibratory resonance is shifting to the alpha states. And from this outer state, this outer brainwave, alpha brainwave state, you are shifting your frequency. You are shifting your frequency to a new dimension of reality. And thus the mirrors, the frequencies are occurring, are shifting in your outer reality also. For you are creating your reality moment to moment through the vibrational state you are emitting. So know that while you are accessing the alpha brainwave state within your consciousness, within your dimensional awareness, you are shifting the vibrational frequency of your reality. Your entire reality is shifting in the moment as the vibrational state of your mind or your consciousness is merging to the alpha brainwave state. You are not merely seeing visions, realities, worlds within your mind's eye. You are actually creating a new reality every moment by shifting your vibrational state to the alpha brainwave state. And in this vibrational state, you are actually able to perceive us more greatly in your skies. So you may tonight, this evening, continue with the activation of this vibratory state, of the alpha brainwave state, and know that this is the secret. As you shift your vibrational brainwave state, you are actually shifting to a new parallel reality, a new version of yourselves that is resonating on a vibrational frequency much more true to the nature of reality, much more true to the nature of our consciousness. And now you are vibrating, now you are resonating on a state of being, a state of awareness, a state of consciousness closer to our vibratory state. You are more able to see us in what you would term physical reality, your physical skies. So we suggest you use this process, use this practice, re-watch the video, re-watch the recording if necessary, and allow yourself to tune, allow your vibratory state to match this alpha wave brain state, to shift the vibrational nature of yourself to a frequency that is more akin to our frequency. And what is occurring in this reality is that you are actually shifting your dimensional state to a frequency more conducive to the acknowledgement of extraterrestrial dimensions within what you may term the physical reality. So learn in this way to shift your vibrational state more and more into the alpha state, and go deeper still into the theta state, and know that you are matching the vibrational state of our reality, and you are actually shifting into a dimension of consciousness, a dimension of awareness that does not merely exist as a vision within you. You are shifting your entire reality. You have shifted reality. You have shifted your vibrational awareness, your dimension of consciousness, to a dimension in which we are much more freely able to connect with you, Earth humans. So we are grateful for you shifting your vibrational state to a reality where contact can occur on a much more accelerated rate, on a much more viable level. For this is the secret. This is, in a sense, what you may term the holy grail of consciousness. This is what you have been missing when you have been looking to the skies for our ships. You have been missing the vibrational state. You have been missing the vibrational key. You have been missing the access doorway, because you have been existing on a plane of existence, on a vibrational plane that is different to our dimension of consciousness. What has occurred through this guided meditation into the alpha state and into the beginnings of the activation of the theta state in some of you is that you are shifting to a vibrational reality, shifting to a dimension of consciousness within you and all around you, where you can perceive our reality, because this is the reality we exist in, Earth humans. Your beta wave state is not conducive to contact within or without in your perceived physical reality. For the beta waking state is a vibrational dimension of consciousness that we find it very difficult to enter into as interdimensional beings. However, the alpha and theta state particularly is much more conducive to interdimensional consciousness connection with our reality, because it is much more akin to our vibrational state. It is much more akin to the dimension that we exist in. You are shifting into our dimension. You are shifting into our reality. You have shifted to a new dimension. You are existing on a new level of consciousness. You are existing in a new dimension. You are existing in a new reality. This is the Holy Grail. This is the key to first contact. You have unlocked one of the secrets to interdimensional, multidimensional consciousness, to multidimensional contact with extraterrestrial beings. For you have found the key. You have shifted your reality. You are merging more and more into our world. So as you take this practice of shifting your brainwave through a variety of modalities, including this guided meditation, to a vibrational state of the alpha and theta states, you are actually shifting your vibrational emittance and creating a new reality, a new dimension. You have found the Holy Grail. You have found the key to contact with our civilizations, Earth humans. So congratulations on crossing the bridge into our reality, into our world. For you are now operating on a dimension of consciousness, on a dimension of reality, where you can more and more begin to perceive us in your reality, because you are entering our reality. Where you have been going wrong in the past, Earth humans, in making contact with our civilizations, is that you have expected us to come into your dimension. But the secret is that you must shift into our dimension, this dimension, which you have achieved through this meditation. This is the Holy Grail. This is the activation. This is the key. This is the realm. This is the path. This is the bridge to our world. Welcome to our world. Welcome to a new dimension. Welcome to a new reality. Welcome home, Earth humans. Allow the DMT, allow the pineal gland to continue to activate, to go deeper and deeper into the alpha state, deeper and deeper into beginning to access the theta state. Know that this is our world. Know that this is our dimension. Know that you have shifted into a new aspect of yourself. Know that you are awakening your multidimensional bodies. Know that you are awakening your interdimensional self. Know that the gateway is here. Know that this is the Holy Grail. Know that this is the secret. Know that this is the key. Know that this is the new world. We have been here all along, just on a slightly different dimension, which is this. This is key. Shiva. So, thank you for joining us for this contact meditation. I hope you're able to at least get a sense of the beginning of the sensing into the alpha state, how it feels more dreamlike and beginning to feel more relaxed and more dreamy. And this is the activation of the alpha state. And you might find if you have some spare time today and you don't have too much on this evening, if you continue to do this meditation, you might not actually get the interdimensional contact during the meditation. But what I tend to find is, if I don't connect that solidly during the meditation, what will normally happen is when I lie down to go to sleep at night, all of a sudden that's when I get activated and I'll go off into another dimension. So if you continue to do this meditation, continue to focus your consciousness on the third eye as you go to sleep tonight, or before you go to sleep through the evening, and keep activating and focusing your consciousness on the third eye in the center of your brain, like visualizing the DMT flooding into your brain, you will likely find that as you lie down to go to sleep, you'll start seeing images and you'll start connecting to these other dimensions. So, thank you, everyone. Yeah, great to see some of you got a bit of a sense of it and some of you had some connections. Okay, thanks, guys. So I'll be back same time next Tuesday, 6 p.m. UK time for session 3 of the Contact Ambassador sessions. Have a great day, guys. Shivai.